Well, you asked for it, so I'm going to give it to you. Fruit salsa and quesadilla. Quesadillas. Whoa, and I haven't even had any of Andy's beers. Very simple recipe. Just start out with I'm going to read my notes here, a can of drained kernel corn, a can of rinsed black beans, and a can of rinsed chickpeas. Cut up the cucumber. I usually take the seeds out of it and put them in bite-sized pieces. Tomato or tomatoes, seeded and diced. You can even use canned tomatoes. I used some of each in this batch. Batch of cilantro chopped. A blob of unsweetened applesauce, depending on how moist you want it to be. Juice of half a lime, depending on how much flavor you want. You can put the whole thing in. 2 cloves of fresh crushed garlic, and diced mango. You can put 2 in, depending on how much you want. And red onion. What I'm doing here is it's mascarpone cheese. It's the first time I've used it with chipotle sauce. I love chipotle sauce, and this mascarpone cheese, just I wanted to try it. So just mix it all in together, smear it all over your whole wheat tortillas, and then I added some cheddar cheese and some fresh mushrooms, and then sprinkled green onions over top of it, and threw it in the oven on broil, actually, just to crisp it up, but it didn't really work because of the moisture out of the chicken and the mushrooms. It kind of left a little soggy, so I think next time I wouldn't put the mascarpone cheese on. I'd put everything like the cheese and the green onions on, and I'd try to get in the oven or maybe on the frying pan, and then just serve the mascarpone cheese mixed with the chipotle on the side, as well as the chicken. And what I did here, it's skinless, boneless chicken breast, and I sprinkled it with salt and pepper, and what did I use? I know I wrote it down here somewhere. Cumin or cardamom. Just sprinkle it on top, and bake it just until the pink goes out of the chicken breast. So yeah, if you want to try it on top of a frying pan, then put it in the oven to crisp it up. That'll work good too. So hopefully I have remembered everything here, and it is great in the summertime. It's so fresh and so good for you, and it gives Andy really bad gas. Anyways, hope you enjoy it as much as we do. Bye for now.
So right here you're grating the cheese. What kind of cheese did you use for that?
I used medium cheddar.
Okay. I really like the way it comes out of the grater when you lift the grater up. This is great. It just kind of flops over.
You gotta understand.
Oh, there. Oh, that's so cool.
You've got to understand, Andy doesn't do any cooking at all. I mean, he doesn't even have a coffee pot in his apartment. So,
I've got a teapot.
and never use it. Anyways, he lives a sheltered life. But I love him. So, yeah, a good, easy recipe, just lots of chopping, and hope you enjoy it. Okay.
Well, the chopping is really good stuff. And over here, I was just kind of leaning over your shoulder and trying to zoom in closer with the camera and just, you know.
You're looking down my shirt. What are you talking about?
Oh, well, sometimes I can't help myself.
Oh.
That's how it is. So the way you sprinkle that stuff on, that was beautiful. That was just great.
Can you tell he likes his food?
Yeah, we just went out for Vietnamese dinner. I had I had a really wonderful seafood noodle soup, and you have some kind of a noodle salad with
Vermicelli.
vermicelli salad, which is and check out how she cleans those mushrooms.
Now, the reason you do that is because you're not supposed to run them underneath the water because mushrooms are like sponges. And that's the best way to get the dirt or the manure or whatever is all over the mushrooms off is just by using a paper towel. So there you go. Yeah, I had a vermicelli dish with had pork in it, really flavorful, and lots of bean sprouts and carrots and
spring mascarpone.
Yum yum. This mascarpone cheese was excellent. Another way that I ate it was on pancakes. Just smear a thin layer of mascarpone on like this, and then I cut mangoes on top and sprinkled some cinnamon.
Yeah.
Oh, it was to die for.
One of the subscribers asked about that and said, what is that orange stuff you're cutting on there? And sure enough, it was the mango. So
Yeah.
you can use mango for a lot of things.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. It's one of my favorite fruits. Absolutely. And you can get it pretty much all the time up here, and a little pricey, but well worth it. You have to learn how to cut properly. Just go lengthways, just cut just outside the pit, because it does have a big pit.
Is that same thing go for mushrooms too? Or?
No pits in mushrooms, honey. But I'm not going there.
Okay.
Okay. Anyways, let's see. What else? I love to cook, so hey, share some of your favorite recipes with me.
And she cooks really well too. I mean, I've had every week we go over to her place and she comes up with some wonderful treat like this, And this time I just happened to have my camera along, and I had an idea for using that song Soul Kitchen like I did at the beginning of this, and I was just thinking of that. And oh yeah, how high do you turn your oven here? Because we had somebody ask me about that.
As I said earlier, I just put it on broil just to crisp it up. But you got to keep your eye on it because it'll burn quite quickly. There's all the fat from the cheese in there too. So.
Yeah, I noticed that. Well, it's going to come up in a second here where you pull it out, and there's a scene in there where the edges of one of their tortillas, they look a little black.
Well, it wasn't black, but it was real dark brown.
Okay. Well,
I wouldn't touch it if it's black.
No, okay. Well, it turned out really well.
Yeah.
Except for maybe the chicken being a little bit on the liquidy side.
Yeah. The cookie sheet would have worked better, but my friend borrowed my cookie sheets, and I didn't realize I didn't have them until it was too late. So.
Yeah, well, the effort turned out really well. We ate very well that night.
Yeah. Had a little champagne. Our New Year's Eve.
Yeah, we did
celebration.
We did New Year's about a week and a half late there, but we had the champagne from beforehand. New Year's I was busy working and making money, and things like that to pay for batteries for this camera and stuff. And oh yeah, this is the part that you kind of like. Yeah,
I like it when you look up at the camera to make sure, are you getting this in?
Yeah, well, I did edit out the last part where I say cut. I took that out of there just because it looks more professional without the director being in the shot saying cut and move over this way.
Nice nose scrunching, hon.
Oh, I'm glad you like my wrinkly nose. And
I love it when you pop your top.
Well, how about try the wine?
Did you say try the wine?
Try the wine.
Try the wine.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's a quote from that movie, Clockwork Orange.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you remember that one, but...